Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk about how to implement the things we've discussed throughout the program and create your unique fasting lifestyle. And so when we look at this, the first step, as we've talked about, is increasing your fasting fitness level, right? So you start with the simple fast, you move to the brunch fast, you move to the cycle fast, all the progressions that I've already discussed with intermittent fasting until you have a pretty robust level of fasting fitness. That's really the first thing. And then you kind of decide for yourself based on your personality. Do you do best with a structured fast or an intuitive fast, or maybe a combination of both? I personally do more of a combination of both, where I am doing a very structured fast where it's like, okay, I am not gonna eat breakfast and I'm gonna fast till probably, after I work out on a typical day, and it's usually like 1 or 2 o'clock or whatever it is. And then 2 or sometimes 3 days a week, I'm only gonna do 1 meal a day, and it's typically the same days. Usually like Wednesday and Sunday are typically my days. I only eat 1 meal on those days. So it's very structured. However, I'm also intuitive with it as well. Like my last 4-day fast I did because I actually got sick. I had a stomach flu, so I ate something that was contaminated, and I was throwing up for the first 2 days. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do an extended fast here. And that's what I ended up doing, and did a 4-day fast. Felt amazing by day 3, incredible on day 4. And so it was kind of intuitive. And so for me, if I feel worn down, like just a lot of stress and possibly the weather's changing and things like that, and I feel more immune susceptible, to me that's a great time to fast and rest. And so I just do it more intuitively then. It may not have been scheduled out in advance, but I just know that my body needs time to rest, to repair, to heal, to cleanse itself of viruses I may be exposed to, and fasting is really one of the best ways to do that. So I do a combination of it, right? But you pick your strategy, so structured or intuitive, and it's gonna depend on your personality and how you're wired. Busy seasons, right? So for some people, when they're really busy, fasting is the best thing for them. They just feel so much more effective and efficient. For other people, during a busy season, it's not a good idea for them to fast. They feel like they have more hunger cravings, they don't adapt well to the stress. So, figure it out for yourself. If you've got a busy season, figure out, if fasting is gonna be appropriate for you or not during that season, okay? Again, when you're worn down or you're immune susceptible, for most people, it's gonna be a really good idea. If you're able to rest, relax, maybe do some broth or just a lot of water, something along those lines. Fasting or eating really, really light is the best thing for you to get the immune system ramped up and to focus your energy on healing, okay? So I would highly recommend, if you are feeling that way, don't eat. I tell this to my patients all the time. They're like, I feel like I've got a cold coming on, or I have a fever, or I'm feeling really awful. I say, okay, for the next day, only drink water, take salts, maybe do some light broth or herbal tea, okay? And rest as much as you can. Get out in the sunshine if you're able to. Walk a little bit, but make sure you're prioritizing rest and avoid food, and that will help your immune system significantly. You'll get this autophagy, you'll boost up your human growth hormone, which activates more of your white blood cells, and so you'll get such a better immune response when you do that. So that's what you wanna apply. Now, how much is too much fasting, right? Because some people make a mistake where it's like they fall in love with this lifestyle and they think, well, I've got to do this every single day, and they are, and maybe they've got other stressors going on in their life as well. And this is the way that you know that you're fasting too much. Number one, you're too much weight loss, right? So if you're losing weight on fasting, if you needed to lose weight, that's great. If you didn't need to lose weight, like me, I don't want to lose weight. If I'm losing weight, I'm not able to maintain muscle mass, I'm doing too much fasting, I may not be sleeping well, I may have too much stress, I may not be training appropriately, right? So I need to look at those things and I need to take inventory of them. So if I'm losing weight, or if you're thin like me or you're lean and you're losing too much weight, okay, you may need to eat more when you do eat. Like for me, I eat very well. I make sure I'm really well satiated by the time I'm done with my meals, because I don't eat a whole lot of meals throughout the week because I'm doing a lot of fasting. And so it's this feast and famine cycling that's so important, where you're going periods of time where you're telling your body, I don't have food around, so I need to focus my energy on healing and repair. But when you do have food around, it's important to eat a lot of it. So your body says, okay, wow, we're not in a time of famine. There's a lot of food available, and it's going to activate your thyroid hormone. You're going to get a lot of hormonal benefits from that. And that's really important, because if you're on a long-term calorie-restricted diet, your metabolism is going to shut down. You're going to have a lot of different health issues. If you're on a short-term famine, doing fasting, and then a short-term feasting and cycling through that with feast and famine. Big, when you are eating, you're eating a lot of food during a fairly short period of time. And then when you're fasting, you're fasting. And when you do that, you tell the body, you get the best of both benefits, right? You tell the body, hey, I'm at a time of feasting, so I don't need to shut down my metabolism. I don't need to downregulate thyroid hormone activity. And on top of that, you get the benefits of the famine, which are reducing inflammation, autophagy, developing stem cells, human growth hormone. So you get the best of both of those. But again, too much fasting if you have weight loss, too much weight loss, or on the flip side, too much weight gain. So like if you're fasting and you're overweight, you should be losing weight. If all of a sudden you're fasting and you're fully plateaued with your weight loss, or you actually gain a little bit of weight when you're fasting, then you may be doing too much and maybe down-regulating too much thyroid hormone activity. If you're noticing an increase in fatigue and energy, okay, not a good thing. If you're noticing frequent headaches, okay, not a good thing. If you have hair loss, you're increasing your hair loss, or you have weakness, you just feel really weak, you don't feel strong. Those are signs you may be fasting too much, okay? You may need more feast cycles thrown in there. So the key, the ancestral principle is the feast and famine. When our ancestors had food, they ate a lot of it, okay? They ate really, really well. They feasted. They weren't trying to restrict their calories. When they didn't have food, they didn't have food. They weren't able to eat. So you want to cycle in these feast and famine periods, and you can do that with intermittent fasting, and you can do it really, really effectively, but you got to pay attention to these signals right here, okay? And so if you're noticing any of those, you may need more food, you may need to take a short break from fasting before you go back. So I think that's really important to understand. On top of that, with fasting, it's really important to make sure you're well hydrated, that you've got a lot of minerals, so taking some salts can be really, really helpful. Keeping your stress down can be important, getting outside, all the different things that we've discussed. This is all part of the fasting lifestyle to cleanse, regenerate your body, and to rebuild. Ultimately, fasting has the potential to unlock the dormant healing potential within you. It is safe, it's effective, and it just might transform your life. So put this into action, check out the PDFs that go with this program, and hopefully this whole program, the videos that have gone with it, have been a blessing to you guys. So we'll see you soon.